said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Our love just went cold. Why? I keep on making the same mistake. I always let you back in when I begin to get myself together again.
Hey, welcome to the Republic of Me. I didn't say this introduction for a while now, and I just kind of assumed that it's the same people watching this, but that's not, of course, the case, because when I get new subscribers, obviously that is a sign that new people are coming. And I thought I'll just give a short, very quick introduction again. As I said, welcome to the Republic of Me. My name is Ivana, and I live in Cyprus, which is an island in the Eastern Mediterranean. And on this channel, basically, it's my vlog, it's my visual diary, where I document my creative journey, which is mostly with fiber arts, knitting, crochet, and weaving and spinning. I spin a lot as well, my own yarn, but also painting. I'm an oil painter. I do use acrylic sometimes, but mostly oil. And in general, living here because I have a garden and I love to garden and grow my own food. So that is pretty much kind of a concise way of putting into words what this channel is about. So if you're new, welcome. I wanted to kind of name this video, this particular video, Crochet Season, because I realized that somehow January seems to be exactly that, crochet time for me. And even though I do crochet throughout the year, I usually make blankets. Well, that's the only thing I crochet so far. I do want to try making a garment in crochet, but I haven't until now. So I mostly make blankets, and I do crochet throughout the year. But somehow when January comes, there is that little bit of more desire to work with the hook and to wrap myself in those blankets and to make blankets. So last year that was the case as well. There is something about being cozy, putting the fire on, sitting here on the couch in the evening and just working that simple stitch, because I tend to work in the simplest stitches. Even in my knitting, I tend to knit very simple designs of garments or scarves or hats, but also with blankets. So far, I think I have made only one blanket that is a bit more complicated, not too complicated, but in general, I just use single crochet stitch. And last January, I made a few, well, I don't think I made all of them during January, but I was working on a few crochet blankets. Two of them are gone. Well, those ones that I finished, I gave them away because they were meant to be presents, and they were presents, one for my mother-in-law and one for my parents. So I gave it to them now at the end of the year. And so I don't have those to show you, but because I started making them earlier in the year, because they take a long time, and I already knew that I wanted to make those crochet blankets for them for Christmas. So I don't have those, but I did finish one that you saw me working on for a couple of months now, for some time now, and I didn't show you a finished product. I finished this white crochet blanket, which was made in the white yarn is my hand spun yarn. It's mostly Shetland. However, when I ran out of Shetland, I think I did use a bit of merino as well. You can't really tell the difference, and even in softness, I wouldn't be able to feel where is merino, where is Shetland. However, most of the blanket is Shetland, and I was holding it with the strand of mohair blend, mohair polyamide blend, that is kind of self-striping in gray tones. And this is the effect that I got. Let me first see how wide it is. Okay, so this is where one of my arms is. It's pretty much my wingspan, and the height is, I'm gonna try to stand up, so I'm putting it to the floor now, and it's reaching my mouth, just above my chin. So that is the length, which is a perfect blanket really, at least for my size, and even on the bed, so it doesn't cover the pillows, but it's enough just to cover until the neck, and it's a perfect couch blanket. I'll show it to you closer because I haven't, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy how this mohair just added this variation in the blanket, just holding it with white yarn, and it gives it this beautiful halo. Most of the blankets that I make, most of the blankets that I crochet, I hold my handspun yarn with a strand of some kind of fluff. It's usually mohair polyamide blend or alpaca polyamide blend, but it's usually I hold it with that strand, because what happens is that because I don't really like holes in fabrics, and that's why I use single crochet stitch, which is the most basic stitch, probably the first stitch that we use, and that is the stitch that I use throughout the whole blanket, at least on the ones that I'm going to show you. But what the strand of fluff does, it closes even those small gaps that are there, and it kind of creates a solid piece of fabric. Because even those little holes that you see that are there, it's actually filled with fluff, and I like that. So there was something else that I wanted to say about that, but I forgot now, it left me. So if I remember, I will tell you. So this is the one that I finished, so I wanted to show it to you. The one that I didn't hold any fluff with is one of the first ones that I made, and that was done all in my handspun yarn, and I was testing different breeds of sheep, and I had wool like about 100 grams each of each breed. So I was spinning that, and then because it wasn't enough for one particular project, what I did, I was just kind of started crocheting a blanket using those different breeds of sheep, the handspun yarn that I made. But at that time I didn't hold it with any fluff. And this blanket, it's some years old, and it's permanently on my bed above the quilt, on top of the quilt, so on top of the bed. This one is wider than longer, but because we have a really wide bed, and I didn't want to have a blanket that is going to cover the pillows, I just wanted a blanket that is going to cover us. So it's wider than it's longer, and this is, again, without fluff. It's pilled, but you're going to be able to see. So here we go. And this part, there is a part where I was, that I spun up Gotland. That part looks like it's mohair. So hopefully it shows up on camera. This part that is Gotland sheep, that looks like mohair or alpaca, but it definitely has that fluffy appearance, and you can even hardly see the stitches. This blanket, it has a very special place in my heart because, as I said, the way that it was created, it was one of the first, and all those breeds, so it incorporated many experiences, you know, because different breeds have different tactile experiences while I'm spinning it, and putting them all together like that in this blanket. So this one has a very special place in my heart, and it is pretty much permanently on my bed. The one that I'm using most of the time, every night, because the white one at the moment is on my older son's bed, covering him over his quilt. But the one that I use mostly is the one that I made last year, and I use it every night while I'm on the couch. It's this one. The handspun yarn that I used in this one was, it wasn't really a 2-ply construction of the yarn. What I did, I had lots of single-ply yarns and different weights, different yardages, meterages, or whatever. So I would just take two of those, hold those together, and take a strand of mohair or any kind of fluff. I have a cone here, for example, of one. So something like this, which is lace weight, and 2 strands of my handspun singles, and I would hold them together, all 3, do single crochet, and then when one of the strands would run out, I would just take from the pile another one and join in, and that created like a really organic look to the blanket, because the colors are not, they're stripy, but it's not organic stripes. It's not those kind of architectural stripes. It's geometric. It's more organic stripes. And as I said, this is the one I use the most. I use it daily, and here it is. And that one is also about my wingspan. Most of them I do like that. I don't have any particular number of chains that I make initially. I just make enough chains and you know, to be the size of my wingspan. And again, the length of it, I think it's like that, like the white one, but let me check again. No, this one is actually a bit longer. From the floor, it comes up to here to me. So this is that one, and I started working on another one. I wanted to make it in shades of greens, predominantly greens, but to incorporate a little bit of beige and black. Why greens? Is because my younger son, green is his favorite color. So I wanted to make to crochet one blanket that is going to go over his bed. Now, the white one, even though my older son is using it, it doesn't mean that it's going to stay in his room. Maybe if I ask him one time what colors he wants me to make for him, I'm going to make one specifically for him. But so far, this is the one that he claimed. And he can keep it if he wants, but if he wants any special colors, I will make one for him. So this one that I'm working on is for my youngest son, Alex. Didn't go very far, but first I want to show you how I kind of... So I have this basket that I filled with different shades of green yarn, and they're not all of them my hand spun. So this one is not my hand spun, and it looks brownish. It is brownish, but with a green tint. It's actually green with a brownish tint, like kind of army green. So this is not my hand spun. I have some of this mohair blend that my mom got me for my birthday. So I have those, and the rest are my hand spun. So this is 2-ply merino. But then when I was telling you, like I use a strand of when I was using 2 strands of single ply, this is what I mean. So instead of plying it, making 2 ply like this, I use 2 strands of single ply, and then I hold them together with a strand of fluff. So this one, I think it has olive merino and some blue face Leicester. It has browns and beiges and greens. But that's pretty much the yarns that I'm working on, and that is my first step. So what I do is I kind of gather everything, all the yarns that I would like to put together. So I have here the green, I have black in the other side, but just pure black, and beige as well. And then I pick just pretty much intuitively from the basket and start crocheting. So without further ado, let me show you what I have so far on this blanket. You see, in this case I'm holding this one with a strand of this olive green, army green mohair. And this is what I have so far. I'm a bit tangled because there is quite a few yarns that I'm holding together, but we'll manage. And this is in another basket. This is the largest ones. I have 3 sizes of these that I bought in a local store, and this is where my projects lie around the living room. So this is the largest one. I think this is the medium, and I have another smaller one there, but the largest one houses the blanket. So this is what I have so far. It's not that much, but it also gives me, it's not that much, but it does go fast, because in this case I'm using 5mm hook. In most of the cases I use 5mm hook. However, this one that I'm using on my couch, I think this was 4.5mm. Now, what I like about these crochet blankets is that now, a knitted blanket would definitely give you more airiness and coziness in that kind of cuddly way. However, crochet blanket, because it's thick and it's sorry, it's like a solid fabric, it's really warm and it's still cozy, and it even has that kind of feel with the amount of yarn that I'm using of a weighted blanket. But it's not heavy, it's not uncomfortably heavy. It's just very comforting. And also, me having cats, having knitted blankets is a problem. I do have one knitted blanket, but I needed to put it in the washing machine and a dryer to felt it, because my cats, every day, they go like that with their claws, and if they pull one stitch, there goes the blanket. I would always have to examine it every night. However, with the crochet fabric, especially having this many yarns together, it just makes them really sturdy, and even when the cats do that, not once did they damage it. So it's going pretty fast. Now the beauty, another benefit from making scrappy crochet blankets like this is that you can pretty much use up yarn that a lot of people call it scraps really, but leftovers from different projects that you wouldn't necessarily know where else to put them, as long as the weight of that yarn. So if you're going for, let's say, 2 fingerings, or light decay and a fingering, or worsted, all that, I mean, each one of those like that in groups, combined with a strand of mohair, a strand of alpaca, as long as it gives you a similar thickness of yarn, the combination of those, anything goes really. And in this case, I think this beige section here, I actually think this was acrylic that I used. I had a bit of acrylic from somewhere and I didn't want to throw it, and I just made one stripe in this beige acrylic because I knew that I was going to add other natural neutrals like beiges. So I used that small stripe of acrylic. Most of them are my hand spun. However, this one here this green, is actually Cascade Heritage, no, not Heritage, sorry, Cascade 220, that the color is Turtle, I think, I don't know the number. But the color is Turtle, and I made the jumper. I had 4 skeins, 400 grams, and I made the jumper for myself, but I had leftover yarn, I don't know, half of one skein, and it was just sitting there. I didn't know what to do with it. So because in this case I was working with a palette of green, I just decided to include it in this blanket, and that's how it looks. So if you have any, well, probably you do have scraps, I think this is a great way. And in between those, every once in a while, I just put one single stripe of black, just to kind of break the colors up. So most of us, we have scraps. Most of us, we have leftover yarn that we really don't know what to do with. And I think this is a perfect project. And it really creates heirloom pieces once we are done, because they are very sturdy. Can you sorry, I dropped a ball of yarn. I don't know if you can use that word sturdy in knitting, but the fabric that it creates, as I said, it withstands, you know, the clawing of my cats, and it's thick and it's warm, and I really do feel like it's heirloom. I don't know. I'm losing. I think I'm hungry. So okay, I'm gonna stop here. Even now, I felt my stomach growling. I'm gonna leave here, and I'm going to make myself lunch. I don't normally eat lunch, but I do feel hungry now, and I think I'm going to go and pick some salad from the garden, boil some eggs, and just make a very simple salad for the day. Okay, I hope you're well. I don't even know how long this video is, but I do want to start like this. The videos can be only about one topic. They don't have to be, you know, hour long, and this will help me get back into recording more often, because I did make a month break over the winter holidays. So I hope you're well. I'm gonna go make myself lunch now, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.
Taking them down, it's tearing me apart. I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you again. You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to show me. Sorry, you have changed now, but it's the same old story. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Our love just went cold. Why? I keep on making the same mistake. I always let you back in when I begin to get myself together again. You are back once more, like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down. It's tearing me apart. I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you again. Have to get over you again. To get over you, I keep on making the same mistake. I always let you back in when I begin to get myself together again. You are back once more.